Ali, you are sucking plastic. Why? Why are you sucking plastic, bro? Why? How did you get to 1,223 nanograms per deciliter? You cannot use plastic bottles, whatever. Your mind has been so infected, bro. Your mind has actually been warped. It's been morphed. You know, the xenomorphs in that movie, it's been collected over your hive mind. What did I just jump? I just threw out a bunch of words. The sole purpose of the xenomorph in that movie was to infect your mind. Let me be real with you, man. As someone who actually has stupidly high levels of testosterone, and you can check, I literally have lab reports, right? I had this one lab report and there was this red warning sign on top of it. In fact, the warning sign was so damaging that I got a call from the lab report. And they said, hey, we want to check you out. Your testosterone levels are too high. We just want to have a friendly chat. I never went, because I knew they would do horrible things to me. So how did I get this much of the androgen of testosterone floating throughout my veins while I, drinking plastic? Oh, there's such a thing as the 80-20 rule, and you probably heard this rule so many times. There's so much we can do to increase testosterone. Oh, not use shampoo. Don't use shampoo. There's don't touch plastic. Keep your phone out of your pocket because it reduces spermatogenesis. Optimize prolactin because it has an inverse relationship with testosterone. Keep the soy away. Fluoride. There's so much stuff that you can do for testosterone. I can start naming this shit like it's the Elder Scrolls hieroglyphics. I can start naming this shit as if it's the hieroglyphics on the ancient pyramids. I could do that. But chances are, though, you are not expert level at testosterone. You know, in video games or the gym, this is the gym. We stopped using video game analogies. Let's use a gym analogy. When you first entered the gym, if you sniffed the air inside the gym, you would gain bicep size. You'd actually grow biceps. You'd grow muscle. You don't even need to touch a machine. You just walk inside. You just smell the male testosterone inside. You smell it, and then you go back home. You'll come back home, and you'll have muscle protein synthesis being activated. That's such a low level thing to do. You didn't need to learn about the lat pull downs, 74% angle degree, and that stretch mediated hypertrophy is what actually grows muscle the most. You didn't need to learn about this. Bro, if you do push-ups at home and you're a gym beginner, you will gain muscle. You didn't need to learn about any of this stuff. You probably have 300 testosterone and you're worried about things like these plastics and not drinking from plastic bottles when you have pathetic levels of testosterone. Are you stupid? Are you idiotic? When you first hit the gym, you can't be worried about bench pressing 4 plates when you don't even know how to do 10 push-ups in a row. That's not how life works. And that's what these influencers are telling you. Yes, the stuff is true, right? Plastics do reduce testosterone, fluoride is bad, etc, etc, etc. But you are getting infected by stuff that makes you go all over the place, makes you like model hop and almost like business hop and increase this. Oh, maybe I should worry about the plastic. No, now I will worry about sleep. Now I'll worry about I'll take a supplement. You're jumping around. You're not focusing on the 20% of things that actually gives 80% of the results. So what actually is the 80-20 for increasing the actual digit and amount of testosterone in your body? Well, it's the lame stuff that you keep throwing under the rug. It's 3 main things, and the first is simply just raising your cholesterol. I always tell you, fix your diet. Eat more meat, eat more eggs, reduce your vegetable intake, reduce the filth, reduce the sugars, reduce all the garbage, and just increase your red meat and increase your egg and just high cholesterol food in general intake, because cholesterol makes tests. And I always tell you, increase your androgen receptor. This is the second thing. Increase your androgen receptors and their sensitivity. How do you do this? By training, because without androgen receptors, your testosterone actually can't activate. So how do you increase your androgen receptors? By training, ideally resistance training, exercise and training. But the third and kind of the best way that increases your fertility, also not just testosterone, is increasing spermatogenesis, which is increasing the production of sperm cells in your body. Now this is quite a bit more complicated, although it is kind of easy to get into it, but it's quite complicated. And I teach this inside Biogenesis, which is the internet's only holistic male health, fertility and testosterone protocol. You can actually just follow through with it. Biogenesis is incredible. It's inside Blackthorn, which is the first link in the description. That's where I teach you how to increase spermatogenesis, as I've done for myself. And that's how I have 1,223 nanograms per deciliter of test. So fix the mindset. Now when I drink, it barely affects me. This little plastic little shit, it barely affects me. It doesn't do anything. I'm a level 9,000 and there's this little level 1 bug, level 1 fly trying to attack me. Sure, it does minus health, but it does minus 1 health, not minus 7,000 like what you're doing with your beer belly. And with this level of testosterone, man, you feel like the world is beneath your feet. which it is for me. Trust me when I say this, and you will see in the future. It's a wonderful, confident feeling, and it's something that's indescribable. I can't describe to you being above the 1000s, like the same way I can't describe red to a blind person. Which not for a lighter load, but for a stronger back.